Hi Taurus, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot readings from the heart. Really glad that you can join me on your live spread 2016 year ahead reading. Now, this is slightly different from your straight 2016 year ahead reading in that we're going to be focusing on 5 areas of your life. One being personal, the other one home, the other one career. The fourth area is going to be love, and the fifth area is going to be future. What I do is I use 2 decks of cards. The first deck that I use, Taurus, is the Rider Tarot Deck Miniature Edition, which I used for your year ahead spread. And what we do is, with this, we shuffle the cards. Here are the cards. We shuffle them, and we then split the deck into 3, gather them back up with my left hand, and then I will then put for each area 4 cards. So each area will be represented by a group of 4 cards. At the top of those cards, so we have a top card and then 3 in a row underneath. The top card is the key card, which shows what you're potentially being influenced by now. So the influences around you now potentially, or what influences will be in the future, okay? The 3 bottom cards will reflect either a past situation for the left, the middle card the present, and the third card being the future. Or it could be that the left card is the present, the middle card the present, and the last card the future. Or it's simply going to reflect the future. Okay, so it doesn't always have to be a past position, but you've always got to have a future position. Okay, it doesn't even have to be a present position. It can simply be that everything is going to occur in the future. All the cards are read in terms of a progression, so we can't go back. So the future can't be a representation of the past. It has to be what progresses out of the past or the present situation. Hope that makes sense to you guys. I use a second deck of cards, the Universal Weight Pocket Tarot deck. And out of these cards, I only use the Major Arcana cards, okay? Because these cards are going to, these are called the anchor cards. So out of the Major Arcana, there are 7 cards chosen. I shuffle, split the deck, and then pick 7 cards. For each area, except for your home area, each area is represented by one of the anchor cards. So the first card is the basis foundation. So this is potentially what you're feeling right now, or what you're going to be feeling in the future, or how you're going to react to something in the future. That would usually represent your personal life. We then have number 2 card, which anchor card, which would represent how you're possibly going to react to a situation in your love life in the future. Number 3 card is career, okay, and that'll show how you could potentially react to a situation in the future in terms of your career. The 4th card is the future and relates to the future position, okay. The 6th card is wishes, so this is simply what you're wishing for or hoping for. And the 7th card is the 6th card, sorry, is the immediate future, and the 7th card is actually the future. So they're very much related together. In terms of your career as well, we can also look at, for further insight, the career number 3 anchor card, along with the love card for how you're going to react at the moment. And then in terms of how things might unveil in the future, we can look at cards 5 and 6. I hope that is making sense to you guys. We also have our middle card number 4, which is the central position, which really ties the whole reading in together. And the final card that we have is card number 21, which is the advice. It's the thing that you need to know right now from the universe in terms of this live spread for 2016. Whew. I have to repeat that like 11 times, and it's just a nightmare, but it's important. So I hope that you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say to you. You'll understand by the time. You don't really need to understand it that much, to be honest, because I'm just going to do the reading as I see it on my desk, okay? So let's shuffle the miniature edition cards first. Universe Spirit, show me Taurus. Show me Taurus 2016. So I need a live spread for Taurus, please. Show me their personal situation, home situation, career, love, future, and the advice card for Taurus. Sun, moon and rising signs, please. I'll repeat that again, please. Universe, spirit, angels, show me, please. Help me with Taurus. Sun, moon and rising signs. I need to see their home, personal life, career, love, and future, and the advice card. Show me. Okay, so I have shuffled those cards. I'm going to split the deck, gather them back up, and we're going to start laying the cards from this particular deck. Okay, so we want to look at your personal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your home. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your career. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your love life. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the future. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the advice card. Okay. Right, we're going to shuffle the major arcana. Universe, spirit, show me Taurus, the anchor cards for these areas in Taurus life. For the life spread for Taurus, sun, moon and rising signs for the year 2016. I need you to show me what the anchor cards are. What do you see how Taurus may react to certain situations going forward in 2016 in terms of their personal life, home life, career, love life, and future. Show me also the central card to tie the reading up. Show me. Okay, let's split the deck. And let's lay the cards. So we want basis, foundation. We want love in position 2, career in position 3, the central position in position 4. 5 is showing as future, immediate future. 6 is wishes, and 7 is the future. So the overall future. Okay, let's see what comes up for your reading, guys. I'm just going to gently turn the cards over. This is the part I always get excited at because I don't know what the cards are. So it'll be interesting. Oh, Okay. Right. Okay, guys, the cards have been laid. This is such an interesting reading for you guys. It really, really is. And I feel that you know, there's some cards that show up twice. I think there's only maybe one card that shows up twice. Um, but it's interesting because we always start with the basis foundation first, influences around you or how you're going to be feeling. The Fool card came up for that. So this is you guys wanting to step out of something that, I mean, as a card on its own, the Fool card is all about being daring. It's about taking a risk. It's about moving into the unknown. It's about kind of abandonment, you know, going into something with gay abandonment and just kind of being free and easy and no commitments, no ties. That's what the Fool card is. Remember, in the tarot, even the major arcana represents people, okay? That can represent a person. But in your case, I feel the influences around you or what could be coming into being is that what you most want is, you know, to let go or to be free of something that might be holding you back in the basis foundation of who you are at the moment, Taurus, okay, or who you will be in the future. It's a very strong card, is the Fool card, because the Fool card is about a baby, really. It's card 0, somebody who doesn't know anything, someone who is stepping into the unknown. When babies are born, they're born into the unknown. They don't even know that they're alive, but they come into the world and they, you know, as they grow, they go near fires and they put their hands on stoves because they don't know what anything is. So it's kind of that unknowing thing, but it's also the excitement of saying, what's this, what's this, what's this? And I feel that it's interesting how this relates to your personal life in terms of some of you Taurus people. Now, remember, I did your year ahead reading and also your reading for January. So for some of you guys, this might apply. For some of you guys, it won't. It might apply to some other Taurus person. Okay, so you know, don't go and listen to your 2016 reading and say, oh my God, that's so different from what's in this, because I can't remember the readings I've done anyway. I do so many of them. But if it differs from what you felt closer to within your year ahead, then that's for you. And if this resonates with you more than the 2016 year ahead, then this is for you, okay? It's funny because in your personal life, we have influences that you're feeling currently or that you will be feeling is the Ten of Wands in reverse. This is a card about real burden. Usually it's, and I feel that it's somebody potentially who might be putting their burdens onto you. And it's interesting how the cards work with this burden that's showing up there, because it's telling me that this is just so oppressive and there's a lot of kind of psychological weight. There's a, you know, the wands aren't so much psychological a lot of the time, but the tarot interweaves together. So wands will interweave with swords. Swords is all about the mind, okay? The wands are all about the energy. So I really feel that somebody's putting their shit on some of you. Someone might be really kind of making you feel really weighed down. This guy, the when it's upright, he has more control of those wands. When it's in the reverse, he has less control. It becomes heavier for him to carry. So it's, I feel that some of you guys, the influence at the moment or what might be coming into being is that there's going to be a real heavy weight in terms of your personal life. And I feel that you're going to want to escape it, which is why we've got the Fool as your anchor card for your personal life, because you want to be free. You want to step out of something that's really kind of holding you back. And you're just like, oh man, enough already. I need to kind of get out of here. And it shows because in your past or present, or indeed future, which this card can be, is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is daring, he's quick, he's impulsive, but he always thinks about what he wants to do. He's like the Knight of Wands, but whereas the Knight of Wands will be just like, I got this feeling and I just want to go with it and I'm just going to go. The Knight of Swords thinks because it's a thinking card. The Knight of Swords can also be about communication. Okay, so for some of you guys, there might be direct kind of action on this, because Your pages are your communication, they're your messages. So usually if you had a page of swords, that would probably be about some very strong words, nasty words. The Knight of Swords literally is, all right, think about the page like your text message or your email, and your Knight of Swords is kind of in your face. That type of thing, okay? But it's also about the thoughts, because it's about the mind, not just about communication. And I feel with that Knight of Swords, he's kind of like a gutsy guy. And, you know, if he feels something, if he thinks something, and he's thought about it, he's thought, yeah, nah, I've had enough. He'll want to go. He'll just want to go. He'll just want to charge ahead and go in whatever direction he wants to go in. So I feel that looking at this influence of the Ten of Wands in reverse for your personal life, where you're feeling probably very weighed down by somebody else's energy. If this is somebody else's energy, it could be a fire sign person, could be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, Taurus person. But it doesn't have to be a person. It could be a job. It could be literally just life itself. But you are feeling very oppressed and you want to get out of it with that Knight of Swords. Also, the Ace of Swords is kind of the blunt action taken as well. It's a sword, okay? So it's literally wanting to cut something away. And I feel that you guys you're certain of this as well in the present or the future position. You are certain. The Ace of Swords is about certainty. It's about, okay, I've made my mind up. That's it. Because this sword is very erect. Look at that. Okay, there's no two ways about it. It's a very erect sword. It's got a crown on it, and it's almost like you have just kind of discovered. It's also a card about it's heavily related to the Death card in the tarot, in that challenges, we have to make sacrifices when we want to cut things away. So I see some of you guys probably are going to need to make a sacrifice within your personal life in order to turn that corner. And the Fool, as a person, does make a sacrifice in a way. He sacrifices all sense of conventionality, all sense of ties, all sense of having to kind of adhere to the status quo or what's expected of him. He does his own thing. So he has to make a sacrifice. He has to make a choice. Is he going to go with his bliss, his passions, or is he going to kind of stay rooted to the spot? And so I feel with the Ace of Swords, some of you guys in your personal life, in the present or in the future, are going to be like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm absolutely done with this. The future card shows flight. The Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands refers to messages a lot of the time, but it's not always that at all. It literally can be taking flight via an airplane, via a train, via a car. It doesn't always have to be airborne travel. It can simply be that you are moving away from something. You've made a decision and you're just going to go, and it's a quick thing. So I feel that in the future, in your personal life, whatever this burden is, you've already made your minds up here. In the past, in the present, in the future, whatever position this is in, some of you guys will recognize it right now. Some of you guys are walking towards it, or you're feeling the energies around it, or it's just something that's going to come in for some of you guys. But I feel that a troubling situation in your personal life, you're definitely going to be moving away from, because the influence of the Anchor card is the Fool card, which is stepping into your own bliss, going your own way, doing your own thing, and to hell with it. Okay, it's gay abandonment. It's this dog at the back of the Fool could be the person that's putting the pressure on you, for example. Stay, don't go. And you're just like, you know what? See you later. I've had enough. Whatever this is, job, love, you know, parents, whoever it is, there is a sense of I need freedom. So in your personal life, I'm sensing that you guys need freedom, for some of you. In your home life, it's interesting because maybe this refers to what's going on in your personal life. We do have that Five of Swords in terms of an influence that you're feeling now, or one that's coming in around you. Five of Swords is argument, it's conflict, it's winners, it's losers, it's getting the upper hand, it's feeling powerless. It's the juxtaposition of being in control and losing control, or not having enough control. So I feel for some of you guys, the energy around you, the influences that are either here or they're coming in, is just an ongoing battle that can't be won, because with the Five of Swords, it flips, okay, but it's a hollow victory. It doesn't really there's no kind of concrete solution It's simply that people can't get on. They've both got differing opinions. They're both sticking to it. And sometimes you win, sometimes the other person wins, sometimes the other person wins, sometimes you win. So there is definitely conflict I'm seeing here as an influence that you're already feeling, or one that's possibly coming in. In the past, I feel with the Ace of Wands, I feel that looking at the progression of the reading, that this is anger, this is argument, this is fire, because the Ace of Wands is very much a male energy, okay? It's a very forceful energy, it's a phallic energy, it's a sexual energy, it's a passionate energy. But I feel in this reading, it's kind of potentially for some of you guys, and linking with that Five of Swords, it's very passionate ideas. Personally, this is why we've got the Five of Swords at the top of the reading here, that whatever this argument is, whatever this conflict is, whatever this disagreement is, it's to do with a conflict of interest, a conflict of ideas, a conflict of ways of doing things, of conflict of moving things along. Remember, the wands are all to do with motivation, energy, ideas, putting things into action. So for some of you guys, yeah, it can literally relate to an argument, okay? An argument on ideas, an argument on spark. There's sparks coming out of that Ace of Wands. Whenever I look at the wands, whenever I think about the wands, I think about fire, and what does it take to start a fire? A spark. Okay, so this is very strong argumentative energy. It's the sparks of conflict, it's the sparks of argument, it's the sparks of disagreement, I feel, with that Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a great card because a lot of the time it's to do with new creativity, new beginnings in terms of jobs, career, ideas. But you can't just look at the tarot in one way. It doesn't work like that. It's nuanced. It's you know, it's very kind of interlinked, interweaved. There's all sorts of explanations for these cards, Taurus. So, you know, to me, and I feel it's a very strong male energy that might be causing the argument in the past or in the present or in the future, because we do have that Ten of Wands there as well. So maybe the person who's causing the oppression within your personal life on that Ten of Wands is the person who is very argumentative within that Ace of Wands. And we can see, Taurus, that there is worry over this, because we have the Seven of Swords. Sorry, not the Seven, the Nine of Swords. I do apologise. This is somebody who's worrying. So maybe in your present, you're really kind of facing a very anxious time, Taurus. If it's not you, then it's somebody around you that you know. If it's somebody around you that you know, they're probably an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But there's real worry over this argument, or there's real worry over this conflict potentially that's happening within the home, or that's going to be happening within the home environment, which then leads to the Moon card. Could be depression, could be anxiety, could be real sadness, could be real deep feelings, seeking clarity, seeking an answer, seeking you know, just seeking something. The Moon card is an interesting card because it's about hidden things that are hidden, and what they do in the Moon card, what these dogs are doing is they're howling at the moon. But to me, it's almost like that. And I notice on this card, if you look at it, the moon seems to be asleep. It seems to be in its own thoughts. So it's almost like there is clouded judgment or clouded intuition. It's like you can't see the way forward. You can't kind of make your mind up about something, or you can't really find the way forward. You can't see the daylight. The moon is about deception as well. So what might seem different in the daylight looks completely different by the light of the moon. So and with that Ace of Wands there, could be something sexual potentially for some of you guys within the home that there is an argument around potentially. But I don't feel it's that as such. It could be. You'll have to come back to me and let me know. I feel it's literally that the mind is fogged for some of you guys. The mind is kind of unbalanced, or it's completely kind of under an oppressive force with that moon card in the future position. But what shows in the outcome of this, we don't necessarily have cards that reflect anything for the home in terms of the anchor, but we do have the central position card, which shows up as the Hanged Man. So this is literally having to kind of try and look at something in a different way. It's having to adjust to something or accept that something is just limited for you, that something can't move forward or something can't be resolved, and having to accept that and kind of find different ways to cope or different ways to kind of deal with the situation. But the moon card to me suggests in the future position some form of hidden stuff, or something that is not clarified or not resolved potentially in the future position for me, that moon card to say, because I feel that with that Five of Wands as being the influence that you're already experiencing, or that you might be experiencing in the future, it's a no-win situation with that Five of Swords. It's a no-win situation. And it's interesting how the person on the Nine of Swords directly underneath is worrying, either in the present or the future position, over this argument with the Ace of Wands, over this kind of real spark of energy. But I feel it might be negative energy just because of the surrounding cards. So within the home position, yeah, it is a difficult one for some of you guys, I think. And the only way forward with that moon card is to, with the Hanged Man, accept the limitation of something that can't be resolved and readjust yourself, adjust your mentality, and adjust the way that you're thinking about the situation, and potentially move on from it. In your career, we have the King of Pentacles, which Taurus is you guys, because you are Pentacles. They're represented by Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So that suggests to me either now or as an influence in the future, you might be dealing, this might be you guys in a very successful part of your life in terms of work. The King of Pentacles usually is someone who is at the top of his game. He's worked really, really hard for what he's got. He's often represented as an estate agent or a bank manager, or someone who, deals in real estate, someone who deals in the earth. So could be somebody who works within agriculture, that type of thing. He's also very materially driven, okay? And I feel that you are kind of, it's almost like you're trying to find a nice balance between what you have or what you're going for in terms of your career, as opposed to your spirituality, what life means to you, and how to balance the two things in a way. Because we do see in the past stroke present position the Temperance card, and this is trying to balance things out. This is trying to reach some kind of emotional equilibrium within ourselves. The Temperance card is. It's about trying to juggle our feelings, trying to make sure that we can even out our negative selves along with our positive selves, not veering too much either way. It can also be a card about patience. It can also be a card about two souls coming together. But I don't feel that it's this within this reading. I do literally feel that you are trying to, in the past, weigh something up, or maybe balance out how you feel about a certain subject to do with your career, and you're trying to kind of find a way forward. Because the King of Pentacles, I mean, for example, some of you guys as an influence now or in the future might be feeling that you're really successful in a particular job, but you might be wanting something else, or you might be wanting a change in direction. But I feel that it's interesting, in the present situation, we do have that Four of Pentacles. Again, this is you guys. This is you guys, I feel, being potentially comfortable in terms of finances. It also can represent being very cautious with what you have in terms of your money situation. But it's also a card of not being able to let go of something, and kind of being fixated on financial or materialistic gain, and not being willing to let go, and also not being afraid to step out of the fear of something. I know it's sounding like a little bit of a negative situation or a negative reading, but it's not really at all, because these cards all serve to to uh, to drive you in a different direction if this is how you're feeling. So I do feel that a lot of you guys are probably driven by material gain, but I feel that you're wanting to kind of there might be an overload of that, or you might be in a job where you don't really like it, but you're sticking with it because it's all about the material, and it's all about, okay, it pays the bills, it gives me a nice lifestyle, I'm able to kind of do this, that, and the other, and I don't really know whether I should be changing maybe to another job that doesn't pay me as much. It could be something as simple as that. But I do sense that you guys want change. Okay, you want a transformation in terms of what you're doing, but I feel that it might be a case of that you're too afraid to step out of that. You're so used to maybe what you're doing, or uh, or uh, or what you've got, that you really can't see a way forward to moving out of that. The other explanation I would have before I do the future card for this is that for some of you guys, it might literally be with that King of Pentacles, he might be a boss or something like that. Someone who's going to be coming in maybe as a new boss, potentially, with that King of Pentacles. I don't have any new cards here, though. I don't have, the Ace of Pentacles or anything in this reading. So I can only assume maybe for some of you guys, it's what you're with at the moment. And it could be that you're weighing up your options, potentially with a job, or you're waiting for a job. So I've just seen a nasty little fly flying around. But I do feel that in the future position, we do have the Devil. And it's interesting how that Devil card shows again in terms of your career, because we've got the Devil as the future card within your career. This could mean, usually when you see the Devil card in a career reading, it can be about a very controlling boss, okay, which could represent that King of Pentacles, somebody who asks a lot of you, somebody who puts a lot of responsibility on you. So in the past with Temperance, you might have taken some downtime, you might have need to heal, or you might have need a bit of a rest from a job that might be quite demanding. In the present, it shows material gain, or you're doing okay, you've got security there, financial security. But I feel that maybe with that Temperance card in the past position, you've been weighing past present, you'll be weighing up your options. Maybe we do see success with this King of Pentacles as an influence potentially for some of you now, or potentially going forward in the future. But the Devil card shows in the future position, because it shows someone who is controlled by the material elements of life, who is controlled by what they have, who is controlled by their passions, who is controlled by temptation. The Devil can also be a card of being tempted, but I feel in this reading, this could be like literally being overburdened, or having a lot of responsibility, or having an burdening boss on your back with the Devil card in the future. But I feel that some of you guys might be afraid to step out of what you're in, because it gives you that security in the present stroke future position. It gives you that security, and you're afraid maybe to step out of that comfort zone, or maybe to go with something that's a real passion of yours, because what you have at the moment is so secure and so stable. So with the Devil in the future, it suggests still being with that, still being controlled by that, still being trapped by that viewpoint. So I feel that this could be happening for some of you Taurus people in the future in terms of your career. And the anchor card for this showed up as the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card about establishments. It can refer to churches, hospitals, corporate environments. So maybe some of you guys work within the corporate environment, okay? And it says that how you'll react to this situation within your career is by just doing the right thing, or the thing that you think is right, being traditional, being conventional. And if we were to look at that in conjunction with this, so this would suggest for some of you guys, that with that Four of Pentacles there in the present stroke future and the Devil card as well, it's kind of being stuck to something or staying in something because it pays the bills. No matter how burdening it is, no matter how much of a trap you might feel in or how difficult your job might be, it means sticking with it because it gives you material gain, but you're not going inward. You're not, with the Temperance card in the past, it's kind of like the progression is that you're not really moving forward in terms of you know, what fulfills your soul, what fulfills you on a soul level. It's all kind of on a superficial level. And I feel with the Hierophant card, it says that how you'll react to this is you'll kind of just do the right thing. You just can't, not the right thing, you'll do the conventional thing. You'll just do the thing that you think is right for you. With that Devil in the future position, this suggests that you'll just carry on for some of you guys, just plodding along and doing stuff. Even if you do change jobs, it's changing into something else that is just as confining potentially. But you know, with that Hierophant card, it's a very kind of there is no movement within the Hierophant, really. It's not the Maverick card, as I say. It's the card of tradition. So you'll carry on maintaining the traditional role, probably, of being the breadwinner and never really kind of exploring what your true passions are, because money needs to be brought in, food needs to be put on the table. So I really feel that if I were to look at this as a kind of advice thing, I would say, you know, not to be afraid to kind of explore other avenues, not to be afraid to kind of explore your passions, even if you're in a job that you don't like, or that's something that gives you stability, security, all of those things, but then still to look at other ways and means, because the Hanged Man as your overall central theme is saying adjustment. Look at things in a different way, look at them in a different light. Okay, you're enduring the limitation, you're enduring something that you find uncomfortable, but maybe if you looked at it in a different way, and you'd be able to kind of free yourself, you'd be able to let go of what you don't want as opposed to what you do want. In your love section, Taurus, we have the King of Wands showing as an influence, or an influence that will be coming in. So for some of you guys, it is a general reading, so it can be a woman, and the Queen of Wands indeed shows in this reading as well. We do have he's a Sagittarius, Aries, Leo individual, so I feel that this is someone who you guys know you might be involved with at the moment, or you might be getting involved with in the future. Okay, the King of Wands is also a very highly sexed individual, so I feel that and it's funny, with the King of Wands, I often find him to be quite they say a lot of the time with the King of Wands, he's quite a committed character. But to me, the King of Wands is only ever really committed to business. In terms of business, that he's committed to his ideas. But I feel in personality, he's kind of a little bit flighty, because that's what the Wands are. They're very good talkers. They're very good with thinking of new things, new ideas, with bringing things to life, with building things, with generating things. They're very creative in that way. But I feel that as people, in terms of their feelings, they can be very kind of devil may care. They can be very kind of, they're not as they don't look at the finer details of things, and they're not as reliable reliable or faithful as your Pentacle cards. Okay, and I feel that it shows, because you're showing it's the Queen of Pentacles here in your love life. Okay, Taurus. So Queen of Pentacles is a very reliable, very sweet, very lovely lady. Really, really nice lady is the Queen of Pentacles. She's very nurturing. She's an earth mother. She's like the Empress, okay, in terms of her values in life, okay. So this is you guys here. But it's interesting how we have the Knight of Pentacles turning his back on the Queen of Pentacles in the present situation. And I feel that this might be present or future, okay, because the Queen of Pentacles is showing in a past position, but she can also be present or future. Okay, so I feel present, future, this is you guys with this King of Wands, who I see as a very flighty character, someone who just runs with his passion. So one day it might be this girl, one day it might be the other girl. And it's interesting how he turns his back and he's offering this reliability, or this pentacle, or this he's making a slow movement to another woman, because he's facing the Queen of Wands. which is the future position. So I feel that this is kind of present, present, future. This is what I'm feeling here. I feel this King of Wands is that Knight of Pentacles, who is someone who, and I don't mean to put a downer on anybody's relationship, but I feel for some of you guys, you might already be aware of this energy where someone is here, they're giving you all of the attention, but potentially they give their attention to someone else within this because it is a love reading, and I'm looking at the direction of the cards, and I'm seeing a man facing one queen, and he's got his back turned to another. And I feel that for some of you guys, it could be literally that this King of Wands, who's quite flighty, who's kind of not rock solid as a lover, because the King of Wands is known as being highly sexually driven. He's also known to have a lot of lovers, okay? He goes abroad a lot, and he's known to kind of sleep around a little bit. Yeah, this guy's showing as an influence either now or in the future, okay? So this could literally be somebody coming in now or in the future that you'll know about. Potentially for some of you guys, it could literally be that you have been with an earth sign, male or female, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, like yourself, and it hasn't worked out. And maybe this guy comes in. Who knows? Okay. But I do feel that this could potentially as well be maybe a love triangle, because we do have two queens in the reading, Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. One is being left out in the cold, and the other one is being given a lot of attention here, okay? Somebody wants to make plans with this Queen of Wands, okay? He's offering one pentacle to this lady, and he's not offering it to the Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you guys, there could be a little bit of hurt in love. I don't have any Three of Swords, but we don't need Three of Swords in this reading. Could literally be a love triangle happening here. Whenever you get two queens in a reading, some of the times it suggests two female enemies, two females that don't really like each other, arguments between two females sometimes. So I feel within for some of you guys, within your love life, it's one of two things. Maybe you've had a relationship that's ended, potentially. Maybe that's why you're showing us the Queen of Pentacles on her own in the past. Present shows maybe the person that you split with or it didn't work out with offering his love to somebody else, okay? And maybe with the King of Wands, the influence of him is that he's going to be coming in, or he's already around you at the moment, okay? So maybe you have a new partner after something didn't work out. Alternatively, that King of Wands could literally be that Knight of Pentacles there, because remember, sometimes people can represent several characters within the tarot. So the King of Wands could literally be the Knight of Pentacles, somebody that kind of came in and went out of your life, potentially. So you've either got new love coming in, I think, or this is a love triangle of sorts. And it's funny because it's represented by the Devil as the anchor card. How you're going to react to it, okay? So literally, as I've said with that King of Wands, he's known to have several women after him. He's known to be quite a love god, that type of thing. So maybe for some of you guys, you'll be involved in a love triangle and you won't know how to release yourself from it, because the Devil card is a card of no release. It's being attracted to the wrong type of person. It's being involved in the wrong type of relationships. It's being held in bondage in a relationship because you don't know how to get out of it, or you don't know how to free yourself from it. So potentially for some of you guys, it could literally be within a relationship, you won't want to move out from it. You'll know that maybe for some of you guys that there'll be another woman on the scene, but you kind of won't want to be moving from it. You'll be too afraid to move out from it, okay? Alternatively, it could be with the Queen of Wands, you step into your own confidence. But I don't see that with the Devil card as the anchor card. The anchor card, the Devil card doesn't suggest confidence to me. It suggests a lot of sexual energy and a lot of temptation. I'm seeing temptation here. The Knight of Pentacles is trying to tempt the Queen of Wands with a pentacle. He's offering her something there when I look at that, okay? So the anchor card, potentially if your moon or rising sign, your moon or ascendant sign is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this Queen of Wands could also be you, okay? You could possibly be these two queens, but I'm seeing two women here. and I'm seeing two people here being controlled by one man. Okay, so literally I feel it could be a love triangle, could be you guys stepping into your confidence in the future, but I feel that some of you guys are going to be afraid to let go of a situation within your love life in 2016, but you're going to need to release it, because the advice really is to say anything that's not good for you, you need to not be afraid to walk away from it and release it. And again, we have this central theme of the Hanged Man. Accept the limitation of something. If something is limiting you, then make adjustments in your life and move on. The final area we're going to look at is your future. I feel that some of you guys will move on, to be honest with you, because we do have the Nine of Pentacles at the top of the reading. Okay, this is you guys as an influence in the future, being very kind of abundant, being free. I feel there's a lot of change, because we have death showing in the immediate future, which is transformation. So there's transformation, a major transformation, closing the door on the past and opening up a new door to the future for some of you guys. Okay, and this would really kind of tie in with the love situation, the personal life situation, those two areas especially, because we see someone who's quite abundant, who's quite wealthy, who's worked really hard, and now she can kind of relax and take time out and enjoy her life and live off the fruits of her labour. So I see success there with that Nine of Pentacles as an influence, the key card, how you're going to be feeling in the future, which is kind of just really good about yourself and quite contented. I often see the lady on the Nine of Pentacles like the man on the Nine of Cups. They're both on their own, but they're both kind of contented to be so. I feel in the future you're definitely having love come in. This is definitely showing up, because we've got King of Cups here in the future. Okay, got the King of Cups showing up, which is interesting. He's a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian male. So for some of you guys, literally this could be new love coming in, okay, after maybe deciding to do one on the love situation that you just couldn't release. We do also have the Hermit though, which is interesting in the future position as well. The Hermit is usually an elderly guy. Maybe this is you guys trying to find some clarity, or maybe this could be literally be two guys coming in. The Hermit would be a Virgo male, King of Cups, as I've said, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So maybe you're going to have a choice to make within the future between two guys. One could be older than the other, much older, because the Hermit is an older geezer. Okay, but this is also you guys, I think, seeking clarity on a situation. Maybe, you know, you're wanting to find out more, and I've seen the Hermit facing the King of Cups, so it's almost like the Hermit wants to find out more about this King of Cups. So after this time on your own, potentially for some of you guys, if you're single, you could be trying to find out more about a new suitor that comes into your life. But the final card shows us the Two of Cups. This is definitely love whenever you get that Two of Cups. So we go from the influence, the key card being the Nine of Cups, sorry, the Nine of Pentacles here. Abundant, beautiful, attractive lady or man. Okay, this is a singular card. It's a 9. It's a card of solitude. So maybe having some solitary time to yourself. And we also have another number 9 underneath, the Hermit. So just say in the future, maybe some of you guys are going to be taking time out for yourself. But somebody else comes in. This is the King of Cups. And there is a union, because we do have the Two of Cups. So this is some kind of lovely union going on. Sorry, guys. Going on for some of you guys in the future in 2016. If you are in a relationship with someone and it's pretty solid, I see it getting even more solid with that Two of Cups card, okay? And I see real kind of contentment on your own and with a partner with that Nine of Pentacles. But remember, there is transformation here showing up for you. Okay, in the immediate future, there is definitely a change coming in. And the Sun card is also showing, okay, as your future. So this is really positive. It's a very, very good card to be showing in your future. A lot of positive changes. I feel with the Death card in the immediate future shows transformation. which leads on to, in the future, overall, very, very positive things, very much positive change coming in for you. Your card, your advice is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so it suggests that if you want positivity to come into your life, then you need to make those changes. If you want to change anything in your life, whether that be in your personal situation, where we saw the Ten of Wands was reversed, whether that be in your home situation, where we see the Five of Swords is the key card here, and there's a lot of anxiety around something to do with your home, whether it be in your love life situation, could be a love triangle, could be being stuck in a relationship that you just can't seem to move away from, whether that be in your career situation where you're sticking with a job because it pays the bills and it gives you security when you probably want to do something else, or you want to do something more fulfilling. To me, this suggests with the Wheel of Fortune that yes, you do have luck on your side, because the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana card, and sometimes that Wheel of Fortune is about fate and things that are out of our control. So sometimes with the Wheel of Fortune, it will still bring in situations that might not, it's not the Tower, but it might bring in situations that might seem a bit weird at first, but they're for the highest good, and they do bring in a chance for better conditions. So I see a lot of good things for you happening, Taurus, okay? But I feel that the ethos of this reading is saying is that, you know, things are in your hands, with the Hanged Man as the overall, overall central theme. It's saying change is up to you, okay? You have to look at things in a different way, okay? You have to be willing to look at things in a different way and make the adjustments, okay? Make the adjustments in order to kind of feel at ease and feel happier with yourself in life, because that's what the Hanged Man does, okay? He doesn't wriggle free. He doesn't fight against the flow. You can't fight against the flow of the Wheel of Fortune, because it's going to happen anyway. You can't fight against the flow of death as a major arcana, because it's going to happen anyway. Also, guys, I wanted to show you your wishes, which is interesting because it showed up as the Emperor in reverse. When this is in reverse, it's really about a weak ruler, someone who lacks a lot of self-control, someone who lets someone who is a leader or in a prominent position, but they let their subordinates, I shouldn't really call them subordinates, but the people who work under them take over or do their thinking for them. They are someone who can't make their own decisions for themselves, or someone who lacks a lot of self-control, someone who lacks a lot of discipline. And I feel that your wish is for more control over your life. And I can see this within the reading, because I do see some control issues within yourself. You are wanting to break through. Some of you guys are in your personal life, okay? You are probably wanting to release yourself from a controlling, overpowering relationship. For some of you guys, okay? You are wanting to step into something that's more secure and more loving. For some of you guys, you are wanting to gain more control within your home life, around somebody who potentially is giving you some difficulty. And you know, the home life could be in relation to the love life as well, because the moon can also represent strong female energies, female arguments, that type of thing. And the Ace of Wands, we're seeing two different energies here. One female conflict potentially within the moon card, and one strong sexual male energy. So maybe he's in relation to the King of Wands, and the moon card could be in relation to the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands together. So, you know, maybe some of that is the conflict there with that Five of Swords, okay, and how it kind of infiltrates your own home environment. But you are seeking control, I feel, with that Empress, the Emperor in reverse. I can't see it, you know, you wouldn't wish to be, you know, weak. You wouldn't wish to be taken advantage of. Nobody wishes for that. So the only way I can read that card in the reverse is that you are looking for ways and means to assert yourself in the future, whether that's reversed or in the upright. I would say that you are looking at ways maybe to assert yourself and maybe to gain control of your lives in 2016. Taurus. But this is an exceptional reading. I also had another thought for your future. Maybe if any of you guys have an elderly parent with the Hermit, this King of Cups could literally represent some of you guys looking after that person or taking on a more caring role. The Emperor in reverse, as in the wish position, maybe you're looking to kind of take care of someone who doesn't have control of themselves anymore, which could potentially represent this Hermit figure. but I'm seeing love come in potentially. Two of Cups is there. King of Cups is also there. I'm seeing some abundance in the future because we have the Nine of Pentacles as an influence that's coming in. But it's, yeah, I feel that this is a very, very good reading for you guys. Very good reading, Taurus. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. But I hope that 2016 is a great year for you. And I will see you on your February 2016 general monthly reading very, very soon. Take care, Taurus. Bye-bye.